Hello everyone, welcome back to another knitting vlog. I'm Kelly from Southwest Knits and it is Friday and it's super hot outside again, which is a lot. How does everyone else like the heat? We've had so many heat waves now. I think this is like our third one and I don't do well in the heat. I think today we're maybe around 25, which isn't too bad, and I've been indoors all day, so I shouldn't complain too much. But anyway, I have finished work now for the weekend. I've got a long weekend because I'm going to see Mika on Sunday. And I decided last week, no, start of this week, that I wanted to make my entire outfit. I wanted to make a top and some shorts. So we have got this much progress so far. Oh, let me untangle. This much progress so far on the top that I'm making. So this is the party top by La Pulle. And as you can see, it's just like a little halter neck top and it will go around to the sides. And do you know what? I'm actually further along than what I thought I was. I wasn't sure whether I'd get it finished in time. I know that I'm definitely not going to get the I-cord done in time to thread through this top bit here. And then there's a bit of I-cord that attaches to the sides here to kind of like bring it round. I'm definitely not going to get that done. So I think what I'm going to do is go to my local like haberdashery fabric shop on the weekend and grab some ribbon maybe. I'll have a little look what they've got, but maybe some ribbon just to like temporarily thread through and sew on to the sides, just so I can be able to wear it on Sunday. And I think that'll be fine. Then I will then do, the I-cord to finish it off at another time. This is such a fun top in a really beautiful colour, so I know I'm going to get a lot of wear out of this one. So I'm knitting this with the Kinu. I think this colour, oh look at that lighting. I've got you right in the window of my laundry room. So this is the Kinu, which is a silk yarn. It's really, really beautiful. This is the colour Cherry Blossom, and then I'm holding it with 2 threads to get gauge of the Kremke, I think this is Stellaris. It's like a glittery pinky colour. There's bits of purple, silver and pink in there, and I love it so much. It's really, really beautiful. So yeah, that's what I'm knitting at the moment. Everything else has kind of had to like halt. All of my other whips have halted because I really want to get this one done. And then I'm going to sew, hopefully. I've never sewed anything in my life, so I don't know why I've decided to give myself this challenge. I've always wanted to learn, so I mean, why not put a deadline on it and make it happen? These are the Yarrow shorts. I'm going to make the Yarrow shorts by Oh Me Oh My. I've just finished cutting out all of the pattern pieces. It's really great. There's such an amazing like beginner's guide that comes with the pattern, which I'm really grateful for. Talks you through every single step. So I finished cutting that out, and then when I was in Totnes, I went into the fabric shop there and bought this beautiful teal gingham, like really small gingham there pattern. Gingham there pattern, that made no sense. But anyway, bought this. It's a 100% cotton, and this is what I'm going to make my shorts out of. And I think, like, let's have a little look. I've not actually put these two together. Is it going to match? Who knows? I think that goes really well together. I wanted full colour for this. And I love it. I love that. I think that goes great. Pink and teal, big fan. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do tonight, I think. I went out and bought an ironing board. I didn't even own an iron or an ironing board. Went out and bought that the other night. So I need to iron all of this fabric. I've already done the pre-wash, like I was recommended to do in the shop, just to account for any shrinkage or anything. So yeah, I'll iron all of this out and then I guess pin on my pattern pieces and start cutting. I think the thing I'm definitely most nervous for is like setting up my sewing machine. I've had a sewing machine for 8 years, never used it once. I always knew it was going to come in handy. But yeah, it's just like a Singer sewing machine that I picked up from Hobbycraft a long time ago when I had a gift voucher. So yeah, that's my plan for this afternoon. Do the shorts, and then I've got all of Saturday then to finish off the top and go and get any ribbon. That's a good point. So our plans for tomorrow are we're going to try and beat the heat and go up to Bude and have a little adventure along the coastline, get in a really nice walk, maybe get up there for like 6:30 in the morning. And actually I might Google and see if there's any like haberdashery shops in Bude. I think that's maybe a good idea. Who knows? Maybe there's a yarn shop. That'd be nice. Obviously, I'll pop in if there is. But yeah, so that's my plan for this afternoon. And I will continue to take you along with me for the whole weekend. Okay, so I am back with all of my pieces cut out. So I've cut out the pattern and I've cut out all of my pieces. I've still got the what they are pinned to the back, because these two look really similar. And I've done a little test piece here, and I have indeed managed to sew something together. Yay! I read a little bit about doing like a back stitch to kind of secure everything in place when you first start off, so I've kind of been practicing that a little bit. I've done 2 strips of practice, but what could go wrong? I have spare fabric, so if it does all go wrong, then I just do it again. So I've got my sewing machine set up, but I'm currently on like my laundry surface, which is quite high, so I can't actually sit down while I'm doing this. So I'm either going to have to be all hunched over like this. I don't know whether that's going to affect like how straight I can actually sew, or I move everything into the kitchen, which I could do. That wouldn't really take that much effort, and I'll just put it onto the kitchen table. Let me have a little think about that. I'm not going to film any of me actually doing the sewing because it's going to be long. I'm going to be so slow with this, so I don't really see any point. But I will check in at some point just to see how I'm going. Okay, I've moved everything into the kitchen. I think that's just going to be a lot easier for me to actually sit down at the table and be able to bring everything through. But I thought quick sewing interlude, because I haven't actually spoken on here about my Claire vest that's finished. I'm really, really happy with this one. I think it's so cute. It's really light. I did it with the Kriya Deluxe Cotton, and it's so comfortable and really light. And my buttons as well. Can you see the buttons? They're not actually spaced that well. I need to change that. And I think also I might actually add, just for modesty, a few more buttons. I've got loads left over. But yeah, really happy with this one. I finished it maybe like a week ago now, and I've worn it loads since. So yeah. Okay, so I'm here with a little check-in. I think I've been at this now for maybe like 4 hours, but we have what looks like a bit of a pair of shorts. So yeah, I'm really happy with how they're turning out so far. I've found it all right to get to grips with using the sewing machine. I've had a few kind of hiccups with it, but that's okay. We've been able to kind of sort that out. So my partner Ross, he doesn't sew, but apparently he knows everything about sewing machines, so he's always able to come in and help me when things get jammed. And so I'm starting to learn a little bit more about it now, which is really great. I'm on the hemming part, and this is where I'm finding it actually the most difficult. Is my sewing machine keeps jamming, and I don't know why. I don't know whether it's too thick or something, but I might just try a different way of hemming it. Maybe that might work. But anyway, so I'm on the hemming part, everything else is sewed together. So I'll do the hemming, then I'll do the waistband, the side ties, and obviously I know that you are meant to finish the seams. Maybe I just, well, no, should I finish seams? I probably should. I should finish seams, shouldn't I? They'll last longer. So yeah, I've got that to do as well. But so far so good. Anyway, it's 6:30, and yeah, I've been basically indoors most of the day. I went for a swim earlier with Dad, but yeah, I've been indoors most of the day. So we're going to go out now and take the barbecue down for a little barbecue on the beach. It has meant I've done no knitting whatsoever today, but like I said, I'm further along in the top than I thought I was, so I might bring that down to the beach with us. So that'll be nice. Good morning everyone, it is Sunday now. I didn't jump on yesterday to do an update for a couple of reasons. So we went for our walk from Widmouth Bay to Bude. It's about a 6.5 mile round trip. We did that really early doors, so we were there by 7:30. It's about an hour away from us. And it was lovely. We wanted to beat the heat and get out for a nice long walk, and it was really, really great. So many amazing coastal views. We saw so many wildflowers and different butterflies and things. We really, really enjoyed that one. And we got home maybe about 1:30 in the afternoon, and by that point it was already like 30 degrees and I was just a sweaty mess. I sat down that evening when it cooled down a little bit, because our kitchen is south facing, so it gets really, really hot. I sat down for a bit to do some sewing, and honestly, I wanted to do a little update then, but I got to the point where I was about to throw my sewing machine out the window. I was just getting really flustered and frustrated. So when I was sewing, the machine kept getting clogged in the bottom, and I really didn't understand what was going on. So I called my brother's partner, and because she's a sewist, so she knows everything about this. And the minute I said, I was like, my machine keeps getting jammed. And she said, oh, is it pulling the material into the bottom? I said, yes, that's exactly what it's doing. So she said that, okay, it's probably my bobbin tension that's wrong. So I redid the bobbin and then started again, and everything was going fine for a little bit. And then it wasn't. That's when I thought, right, I'm hot, sweaty, frustrated. I can't do any more on this. So I had a little look through, and Ross and I both kind of deduced that, okay, it's probably the fact that I'm not leaving enough string on, like when I put the foot plate down, I don't pull out enough kind of like string or thread, and then it's pulling it in and getting clogged. We think that's what's wrong. So I thought, right, put it to bed. I finished up, the full body of the top, and crocheted some string I-cord. Not even an I-cord. I didn't bother doing an I-cord. I just crocheted some string to attach to the top part of the top, because I was talking about putting some ribbon in, wasn't I? And then I thought to myself, wait, why don't I just crochet a long piece of fabric? So that's what I did, and that's gone really well. So the top is dry. I washed, blocked, got it out to dry, and it looks, I'm really happy with it. I haven't crocheted on the side bits yet, so the side bits to tie up, but I will do that later on. That's not going to take me like 2 seconds. I have put this on and I've tied up this bit, and I really like the look of it. I love how it sits. At first I didn't know whether I was going to need to get some body tape or something, but actually I think it looks fine. I'm really happy with it. I love the kind of drape of the fabric and the sparkle of the pink, which is, yeah, really happy with it. So that's good. That's good to go. That's not going to take me too long to finish off. I'll sew my ends. And so this morning I sat down with the shorts one final time. I thought, right, I'm going to reset up my machine and go through everything again. And I did manage to get my waistband on. Yay! Hold on, that's the front. Is it? Is that the front? No, this is the front. This is the back. No, here's the back. There we go. So I've got a waistband on my shorts and they are actually starting to look like a pair of shorts, which I'm really happy about. There we go, front like that. So I've done the waistband. I think I took maybe like 4 attempts at the waistband, to be honest with you. And I'm now on to hemming the bottom. Again, tried this, machine got jammed again, and I thought, right, cut my losses, it's time to call in the cavalry. So I've messaged my brother's girlfriend and I said, look, can I just pop down and we finish the shorts off together? She was always waiting in the wings. I told her I was going to do this and she was always going to be waiting in the wings with support, which is really helpful for me. So yeah, she said, come on down and we're going to do the last finishing touches. So hemming the shorts and then making the tie sides and tying those in. But I have since tried these on and I'm really happy with the way they sit. I could have made the waistband a little bit tighter, to be honest with you, but also it just means they're super stretchy and they're nice and loose, and that's what I like in a garment. I don't want anything really tight. That's just uncomfortable. So yeah, I have tried it on in bits together and I think it's looking really fun. That's just why I want a fun summery outfit. So that's what I'm going to go do now, and hopefully next time I come back on with an update, that the outfit's going to be put together. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go and do now. Are you ready for the reveal? Yay! It's finished. Managed to get the hemming done on the shorts. Not correctly, might I add, but I was getting frustrated. We were running out of time. So I just did the best that I could, did the hemming, and then I've got these really cute little tie-ups on the side. Little bows, and I'm really happy with them. At one point I was just going to scrap it and not do that because it was getting a bit difficult, but I'm really glad that I stayed with it, and also got some help from my brother's girlfriend, so that was very good, very good for me. Obviously finished up the top as well. I think if anything I maybe wish I had cropped it a little bit more, but yeah, I think the crocheted kind of straps here worked really well. And I'm just so happy. I think the vibe is here. I've got my big old boots on with the cap. It's just kind of put everything together. Some rainbow earrings that I got. Actually, I think Ross got me these from a market somewhere years and years ago, and they always come in handy. But yeah, we're all ready now, and my face is kind of melting already. I'm going to go slap a load of sun cream on because I'm exposed and I'm not used to being this exposed. But yeah, we're gonna head down to Eden soon and go and see Mika. Hello again, everyone. It is now Tuesday. I just got back from work and yeah, wanted to pop on and say Mika was absolutely incredible. The show was just fun. It was, you know, everything that I wanted it to be. The energy was great. Mika was great. Everyone in the crowd was just having such an awesome time. I haven't danced and jumped like that since I watched Electric Callboy back at Download, and it was just so much fun. Really enjoyed it, and the outfit withstood the test. I had one kind of little casualty. One of the ties did fall off. I found it right at the end, just by my feet. I was like, oh no, that was me probably just doing a dodgy hand stitching job, but for the most part, it was great. Yeah, had such an awesome time. And then yesterday, just spent most of it chilling out. Woke up a bit later, still went down for a swim, and then just did some like housework, things like that. And really did chill out. And then in the evening, I picked up my Phoenix sweater using the Velveteen Habit from Tribe Yarns. I think I spoke about this one on my last video, but again, I would just say this is such a fun yarn. It's 100% cotton chenille yarn. So it's going to work it up into that kind of like really nice retro velour sort of vibe. And I really, really like that. It's in the colour Moccasin. And it's one like from Tribe Yarns. They're based up in Scotland. I order from them all the time because I really, really, really like them. I love the colour palettes they have. I love the yarns that they have. And yeah, I think they're a really, really great company. So this is what I'm using. And this is what I'm knitting. So yeah, it's the Phoenix sweater. Not actually 100% sure who it's by. I'll write that down in the caption. This is what we've got so far though. I'm loving this colour. It's such a nice warm orange. I think it's going to be perfect for like late summer, early autumn, just to throw on. And it's really light as well, but can you see what I mean? It's so velvety. So I finished off this morning, last night. I did a bit of knitting before work this morning. Yeah. No, I finished this off at lunchtime, didn't I? So I finished this off at lunchtime, picking up for the left front, and now I've just picked up for the right front. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm off to see the People's Emergency Briefing tonight. I don't know whether anyone's heard about it. A lot of people have. If you're into that sort of thing, I'm off to see that one tonight. And I'm going to bring my knitting, obviously, and there's going to be like soup and things too, which is great. I'm going there with my dad. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a little bit of chill knitting time, edit the video as well, and yeah, that's it for another week. So if I have an interesting weekend next weekend, I'll bring you along. If not, we'll try something different. But thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you next time. Bye.